Welcome to Do This, Not That, the podcast for marketers. We share quick tips, things you can do right now, and then we add a little bit of chaos at the end of every episode. We also keep it short, like this intro. Let's check it out. We are back for What's Up This Week from the Do This, Not That podcast. This is our short episode where we break down what's going on this week in business and marketing, in life, whatever. So let's get right into it. So I just saw that Omnisend came out with a big study where they analyzed 26 billion marketing emails. And this is really useful because they're sharing what are the best days of week that they're seeing to send out emails. And they're saying the top 2 days are Tuesday. And are you ready for this? Friday. It's amazing to me because if you rewind like 10 years ago, Friday was considered the worst day to send out email. And now it's one of the 2 best days of the week. And they also shared that Friday is the day that has the highest send volume across the entire week. So if Friday has been something you've avoided, if you're a B2B marketer and you're like, no, we don't do Fridays, people don't care, it's just not true. It seems to be a day where people consume content and better themselves a little bit. So Tuesdays and Fridays, and we see kind of the same thing. Tuesday and Wednesday are pretty similar, but Friday is a great day. And the other thing they're sharing, which we also see all the time, is that Sunday is a critical day. Here's exactly what they're saying. Sunday performs better than many marketers would expect, especially around the late morning and midday. The 11 a.m. Open rate of 33.69% is one of the strongest open rates of the week. And 12 p.m. also delivers a very strong conversion rate. So we see that too. Sundays, Saturdays, not so much, but Sundays from that 11 to like 1 p.m. window, they do really, really well. So it's cool to get that validated by Omnisend. What else going on? People need to relax. Spotify changed the logo on all of our phones, right? They changed it to a disco ball, and people are like, what's going on? Is my Spotify updating? I don't know what's going on. And people are like freaking out. Listen, the logo is going back to the regular Spotify logo. They had their 20th anniversary and they wanted to celebrate a little bit. And so they changed the logo to a disco ball. It's going back. Everyone needs to calm down. Can you imagine the logo changes on an app on your phone and people have a meltdown? Wild. Um, Other small change, actually a big change that you may or may not have noticed, but Amazon finally released completely wide their Alexa within Amazon. So when you go on your Amazon app now, you'll probably see a little blue icon in the bottom right, and that is the Alexa Plus integration. And basically, this is the AIing of Amazon. And it is your new shopping assistant. It's going to give you more conversational recommendations. It's going to summarize stuff, but really the thing that matters the most, and this is something we need to bring into not just copy if you're running anything on Amazon, but off of Amazon as well. What works now on Amazon and off Amazon, business, consumer, nonprofit, is use case copy everywhere. So what the AI assistants really are looking for is when you write things like great for, ideal if, best for people who, works well when. Anything that is a use case copy is really what will do fantastic. You know, ideal for sensitive skin, best for small apartments, best for small business owners. Okay. This use case thing is what Alexa's looking for, but it's also what all the other AI agents are looking for. So, World Data Research, which is my team, released some data this week about webinar show up rates by day. So, we work on about 300 webinars annually for all of our different clients. And we're always trying to get more people to show up. And we're trying to figure out when are the best days to get people to show up once you have your actual webinar occur. And what our new data shows year over year through April 2026, we are showing that certain days are really bad. Like Mondays are horrendous. We're seeing a 16% show up rate on Mondays, which is down from 22%. Um, Wednesdays have climbed a little bit, but the biggest jumps are Thursdays and Fridays, with the single biggest jump being on Friday. Friday attendance rate, show up rate for webinars went from 27% to 35%, which is huge. So the 2 best days of the week now for show up rates for webinars are Thursday and Friday. And you want to keep that earlier in the day, especially on Friday. And so if you're avoiding Friday for your webinars, really that's like the top day along with Thursdays to be looking at. All right. What else is going on? Oh, before we get into ridiculous stuff, because you know I always have nonsense to share, I want to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Knack, K-N-A-K. Knack is incredible. We use it to design all of our landing pages, all of our emails. It is when you don't want to waste time creating emails and landing pages and when you need to move fast. Do you realize with Knack, you can create emails in 22 minutes? 22 minutes. Okay. And whatever it does create, it's using the latest and greatest tactics that are out there. It performs better. They have a whole free demo thing that you can go check out at knack.com/demo. That is knak.com/demo. I'm telling you, if you haven't checked it out, you got to go there. You're a dork if you don't. All right, let's get into some ridiculous things. So this weekend, I saw that the #1 movie on Hulu is something called Send Help. And this thing's gone viral. Everyone's talking about Send Help on Hulu. It stars Rachel McAdams. She's Regina George from Mean Girls. So she's cool. But the problem was, before I clicked to watch with my wife, it's listed as a comedy/horror movie. And I haven't watched a horror movie since Blair Witch because I'm scared. I had to sleep with the lights on for 3 days. I can't even watch trailers for horror movies when I go to the movies. I cover my eyes. I'm a big wimp. So when it said horror, I turned to my wife. I go, I can't watch it. She's like, I heard it wasn't really scary. I said, okay, I'll watch it. And here's what I'm here to report on. It is not scary. It was not a horror movie. I don't even know why they called it a horror movie. Send Help, 2 thumbs up, good movie. Watch on Hulu. I was happy to see Rachel McAdams doing something. Speaking of doing something, so the dude who played JFK Jr. on Love Story, that dude's name is Paul Anthony Kelly, and he is now going to be starring in American Horror Story. This has been around for, I don't know, 10 years or whatever. I have to tell you the truth. I don't know what American Horror Story is. Probably related to the fact that I don't see anything horror related. But I guess that's good for this dude. Is that a good show? Should I know about this? I have no idea. I never know what's going on. I'm much more this speed. The other thing I watched this weekend was Remarkably Bright Creatures with Sally Field. That's on Netflix. That's the whole octopus movie. This is a very nice movie. If you want to watch a movie that's nice, that's relaxing, that nobody's yelling, nobody's cursing, nothing terrible happens, you should watch Remarkably Bright Creatures. Amazing book as well. I give that 2 thumbs up for, a chill, relaxing movie. And yeah, that is what's going on this week. And here's something you could do for me. My book is coming out. I can't believe this is so weird. My book is coming out. All net author proceeds are going to the V Foundation for Cancer Research. The book is called Stupider People Have Done It. You can go on Amazon. You can order one right now. You can help kick cancer's butt. The book might be terrible, but at least we're going to kick cancer's butt. It is coming out June 9th. You rock. Hope you grab one, and see you at the next one. Later. Wait, I have 2 huge things to share with you. First, I have a book coming out. Stupider People Have Done It. It's coming out the first week of June, and all net author proceeds are going to the V Foundation for Cancer Research. This book might be terrible, but who cares? When you buy this thing on Amazon or anywhere else, you are going to be helping to kick cancer's butt. Let's do that together. The second thing is you can go to jschwedelson.com. On the upper right-hand corner, there's a thing that says partner. My agency wants to help you. If you're a business marketer, consumer marketer, it doesn't make a difference. I want to help you drive net new sales, registrations, growth, change the design, all the stuff that you are doing. Hit me up there. Also, if you want to do brand collabs, I want to know about your brand. I want to help you amplify that message. Go to jschwedelson.com, click on partner. Let's do stuff together. And the last thing is, leave this show a review if it wasn't the absolute worst podcast you've ever heard, and you're awesome for being here. Later.